What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Medicom Toys Mafex Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man in his black costume, or the Symbiote Spider-Man. And so here we have Symbiote Spider-Man posed and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Spider-Man does come with 3 different head sculpts. We do get the angry expression of Symbiote eyes. Then we get an even angrier set of Symbiote eyes. He also does come with an unmasked Peter Parker head, which looks really disheveled. I like that. He comes with several sets of hands. We get a pair of fists, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of web holding hands, a pair of thwip hands, a pair of wall crawling hands, and a pair of hands and feet that have magnets in them, which look really nice. He also does come with 6 different web accessories. We get 2 long webs that he can hold in his web grip hands. Then he comes with 2 longer web shooting accessories, as well as 2 short web shooting accessories. His final accessory is, of course, a web backpack, which does fit the figure really nicely. Other than that, we don't get any other accessories for the Symbiote Spider-Man. So with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Symbiote Spider-Man. And so here we have the Symbiote Spider-Man, and I have to say, really good job by Medicom. They absolutely nailed the look of Symbiote Spider-Man, especially from his first appearance. This looks very impressive. I really do like the eyes that he has on him right here. They look really clean, really big McFarlane-esque style eyes, which I really do like that. I associate the black suit Spider-Man to McFarlane because I do give him credit for creating the Symbiote Spider-Man suit, and this looks very good. Absolutely perfect representation of it. It looks like he just jumped right off the pages of the comic book, so really do like this. Having a look at the head, I really do like it that it's not just a smooth head. You can see there is some detailing in there. We have some wrinkles, like he's furrowed his brow. And like I said, his alternate head has an even more furrowed brow, so it does look really nice. Really clean job here. And one thing I do like about it is that there is some hints of blue on this figure. Now, originally I thought it was just going to be an all-black figure with no shading, but yeah, we do get some really nifty shading here on the figure, especially on the high points. You can see the blue paint right here. Under normal lights, it does a very good job of blending into the suit. Under harsher lights, you can obviously see it a little bit better. But yeah, high points have this really nice blue shading to them, even here on his neck. They did a fantastic job blending that in, so really good job by Mafex. As far as the body goes, really do like the torso here. They did a very good job sculpting it. They even sculpted the spider symbol that he has on him, which that is very good. When most companies do this, they would have just printed this. I do feel like if they printed this Spider-Man instead of sculpting it, it would have made a very good base body for just general purpose figures, and you could customize it a lot. You can still customize this and fill in the spider, but yeah, if they had just gone that route, I feel like this would have been a very good base body for any custom. Just having a look at the figure, it's just done very nicely. Now yes, some areas you can see where the paint is a little bit sloppy, and that mainly comes from putting the white paint into those grooves. Although for the most part, it's really clean on my figure. You can see there are some instances where it hits a seam line and it bleeds over. I think the worst offender is like right here, but everywhere else it's relatively clean. You can see some marks right there, but yeah, I really do like that. It is very solid. On his hands right here, you can see he does have his web shooters. If this is black suit Spider-Man, then he would use the thwip hands. Since this is the Symbiote Spider-Man, and that's how I'm going to treat it, I really don't have a need for the thwip hands. He didn't use the thwip hands when he was the Symbiote Spider-Man, so yeah. I do like the fact that the spider is very clean, but you can tell that you have to do a little bit of lining up. Sometimes the body might shift over on you, and under harsh lights it honestly looks like this part is just one complete piece because the shadow just completely disappears. It's very clean, very awesome. I really do like the way the Spider-Man came out. As far as the rest of the figure goes, because he is just wearing the symbiote, it is just a black suit, but I do like the fact that it's not too defined right here. You can tell that there is some definition in his legs and his musculature, but it's not to the extreme that it looks like it's just a painted body. This looks like it's a very tight suit, and I really do like that small little detail. And speaking of small little details, they added the blue soles on Symbiote Spider-Man, which that's an amazing little detail. I didn't think they would apply that, but they did. It looks very good. That it really sticks out, and it's one of those things that it was on the classic suit and they actually put it here. Overall, really liking the way Symbiote Spider-Man looks. They did a phenomenal job just capturing the look of this character and making it feel like it jumped right out of the comics into your hands, and that is a very, very good thing because I really love the way the overall figure looks. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Symbiote Spider-Man compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Symbiote Spider-Man posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Symbiote Spider-Man posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Spider-Man posed next to a Lightning Collection White Range and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And so here we have the Mafex Symbiote Spider-Man posed next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends Symbiote Spider-Man and the retro carded Symbiote Spider-Man. And for one final comparison, here we do have the Mafex Symbiote Spider-Man posed next to the Mafex Amazing Spider-Man. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Spider-Man's articulation. Now, he does have a double ball joint here in the neck, and it is a crooked ball joint, so he does get some really good range looking up. He does look down, but because it is on a crooked ball joint, depending on how you have that articulated, depends on how much range of motion he has. I have it so that he's looking back more, that's my preferred look. He does turn left and right at that ball joint, no problem. Then we have a second ball joint here, which does help with posing. As you can see, the neck moves really nicely, really good range, and it does pop out right here at the neck, because when you swap out for his Peter Parker head, he does come with his very own neck piece for that. Then we do have a butterfly joint here in the shoulder, but it is a Mafex style butterfly joint where it's a ball joint situated somewhere in the torso, so that does move forward and back, up, down, side to side, all the way around. And then we have a second ball joint in the shoulder connecting into that cap, so we get a lot of range out of that shoulder. Does hinge out very far past horizontal. He does go all the way around, no problem. Bicep swivel works fine. Really nice elbow joint. Very good elbow joint. You can see how nice it looks, and just the way it articulates there, that's beautiful. He does have a ball hinge at the wrist, which does move in and out, or we can rotate that to go up and down. And then of course his hand rotates on that pin. Then we have a double ball joint here at the at his chest, so it does pivot forward and back slightly. Does tilt side to side, leans back about that far, goes forward about that far. So, and rotates right there. Then we have a second ball joint here at the waist, which does let him lean back about that far, leans forward about that far, gets some really good tilt right there. Legs are on a drop down hinge, so they do hinge down to about right there. They kick up high to about right there when you have them hinge down, and if you're a little too reckless with it, you will pop it off that ball joint, so just be careful, but you can pop it on, no problem. As far as going out to the side, respectable, but I would have liked to see a little more spread out of that. That's just me, to be quite honest, but it's still really respectable. We do have a thigh swivel up high, double bend here at the knee, giving us a really good look for the knee. We don't have a boot swivel, but we do have a swivel here at the ankle, as well as a hinge that goes back and forward. And if you try articulating the ankle too far back, it slides off that peg because he does have an interchangeable foot. So just be aware of that. Forward facing pin for rocker ankle, and like I said, that does rotate. And then finally we do have a toe hinge. So overall, this Spider-Man has some pretty good articulation, and I really do like it. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Spider-Man posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Mafex Amazing Spider-Man Symbiote Spider-Man pose for my final thoughts, and overall Mafex has knocked it out of the park with this figure. One of my favorite Spider-Man costumes of all time. Mafex has perfected it right here. Now I know several companies have tried to make the Symbiote Spider-Man. Hasbro has done several different versions of the Symbiote Spider-Man. I know Mezco has done their own Symbiote Spider-Man. All of those are pretty good, but I think, in my honest opinion, this is the definitive version. Now I know I have several other Symbiote Spider-Mans which are pretty good. This one isn't pretty good. This one is great. There is so many things to love about this figure, and he looks amazing. Like, he just jumped right out of the pages of the comic book, and I really love the McFarlane inspired eyes that they gave this figure, because it is just perfection. They did a phenomenal job with this figure. I cannot say enough good things about it. Now, there are some issues that I have with this figure. I think the hips could have a little more range, and they do pop off a little bit too easy, but that's just on me being a little bit rough with my figure. It's not like the legs pop off just from you moving them around. I was just a little bit too rough, and I kind of wish that they were a little bit tighter and had a little more range. That would give this figure so much more impact and a better squat. As you can see, he is squatted down really nicely in this position, but I would have liked to see a deeper squat. But overall, perfection in figure form. Out of every Symbiote Spider-Man figure that I've ever had a look at or that I've seen, this one is a must have. If you're a fan of the black suit Spider-Man, this is the version to get. Hasbro has their own, Mezco has their own, Mafex has their own, and I think Mezco has the best. So if you are looking for the absolute epitome of the Symbiote Spider-Man, this is the way to go. You are definitely going to love the way this figure looks in your collection. Without a doubt, definitely pick him up. If you're like me, you pre-ordered him from sites like AmiAmi and Hobby Link Japan, where he did ship for about $65. That is pretty good. I paid $65 for him and got him shipped for about $20. So overall, he only cost me about $85. So if you do have a chance to get this guy from one of those sites like AmiAmi or Hobby Link Japan, definitely pick him up, because if you pick him up from sites like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth, you are paying $104. Now, is this figure worth $104? I think he is, but there's cheaper alternatives for this figure. So if you can pick him up for $85, that is a steal. Pick this figure up, no questions asked. So with that out of the way, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Mafex and other Marvel videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.